Good morning, everyone. I'm excited today to start this series on yoga talks. Some topics on yoga that I hope will be helpful to you. And if you're on the yogic path or on a spiritual journey, which really is yoga, one of the things that you encounter is the question about what is God. And I decided to start with that today because I would like to give you the yogic perspective on what do the rishis, the self-realized beings, say about what is God, what do the yogic masters say, and what does the ancient scriptures say of people who wrote it down from their own experience. So if we look at some of the Indian scriptures, the Upanishads speak about God and his existence a lot, and they say that God is Sat Chit Ananda. And because they also say that we are created in his image, we are also Sat Chit Ananda. So I thought it would be a good thing to get to know your own nature better. So when we talk about Sat, what do we mean? Sat is the word for eternal, for ever existing truth. God has been there always, and he will always be there. He is that ever existing being, and so are you. The second aspect, they describe him as, and I use the word him, but obviously there is no him and her in God. God is beyond relativity. God is beyond male and female. But it's easier maybe just to talk about God as he. So the second aspect is Chit, and Chit is infinite consciousness. God is infinitely and eternally aware of his own unchanging nature. And they say that God just is. God just is this awareness eternally. And the third aspect is Ananda. And that is such a wonderful aspect that describes God or her in her beauty. And Ananda means bliss. Ever new bliss. And Yogananda speaks of that so beautifully. He says that when he thinks of God in his wisdom aspect, he sees God as the Father. But when he sees God in the aspect of his bliss, then he experiences God as Mother. Now, bliss is really the closest feeling we as normal consciousness experience is joy, because bliss expressed is joy. And so it is just wonderful to know that when you tune into your own bliss and your own joy that is found within you, you connect with God, because it's often very difficult to connect with God in his absolute state of ever existing and infinite consciousness. But in our feeling nature, we can connect with God so much more. And so it's also said that bliss, love, and beauty are very much interrelated, and that beauty is the harmonious manifestation of love, and perfected love is bliss, and bliss expressed is joy. So my message to you and my invitation to you is, when you go through your everyday life, connect to your joy, connect to your bliss, see the beauty in nature, see the beauty in other people, spread love, because by that connection in your heart and in your experience, you connect to God and your own inner divinity. Through beauty, through the expression of love, through the expression of joy, you connect to that inner awareness, that ever new bliss that is none other than your own eternal self. Namaste.